all throughout history. Some form of worship often becomes so important to God's people that it becomes more important to some people than actually worshiping God and focusing on Him. If you know the history of the early church, musical styles even entered into the debate that went on regarding worship in that day. And originally, the people would sing psalms and some parts of the New Testament that were like hymns. And then one day in the early church, someone came along and said, "Hey, I've got a new song. It doesn't quite chant the way we've been doing it. It's according to Greek meter and not Hebrew meter." And immediately there's a group in the church that says, "No, God isn't into Greek meter. He sings Hebrew meter." Well, then along came the 4th century. And by then, the church was pretty much singing Greek meter, right? And someone came along and said, Greek meter is okay, but let's do music to Roman marching songs. And others said, "No, can't do that because God's into Greek meter. He's not into Roman marching songs." And we could see that in the 11th century, the same argument occurred when they added harmony to music in the church. Do you know that Johann Sebastian Bach was one of the most criticized musicians of his day? Because he was introducing new forms of worship. Or Martin Luther was criticized when he wrote the hymn, "A Mighty Fortress is Our God." Do you know that the Mighty Fortress of Our God is written to a German bar song? Over the last 20, 30, 40 years, we have these worship arguments, debates going on again, and people are leaving churches to go to a church that worships in the form that they want to worship in. We can worship God in whatever musical form we want, 6 days, 23 hours, and 40 minutes a week. But when we come together as a community of 5 generations, we do a variety of forms. And what I believe that God is saying to you and to me today is that when this stuff becomes the stuff we truly focus on, then worship becomes about us and not about God.